Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and to a new video. It's been a while since I've done a custom spotlight on an engine before, and today we're going to be taking a look at, for the first time, a custom spotlight model on my custom bill. So this was a wooden railway bill from 2003, and I can show you the wheels are dated right there, 2003. And you can also tell the original paintwork and finish job on this. So when I got this back with all the other engines, meaning characters like Henry, 2003 Henry, Thomas, Percy, etc., he was all beaten up, and this was actually from my friends Lee and Cam, who are twins now, and they allowed me to have it since they don't watch Thomas anymore, which is fine. And I didn't mind that. So, when I was a young kid, I tried to make a custom pug character with a black Sharpie, and it all went south really quick, so I was kind of stuck in a predicament for many years, until recently, when I was able to perfect my craft at becoming a painter, or being a painter, and I was able to do some great things that would, in terms of, well, I was able to paint, and I did a good job at it too. And as you can tell, there's a good fine finish on here. So, getting into the model itself, I actually made decals on the sides here, such as the SCC lettering, as you see right here, and the bill nameplate. And I even made the pistons and side decals because I wanted to really be authentic to the actual TV model, considering I was actually looking at reference material for this. And if you can tell, there's a big old coat of glossy Mod Podge all over the body, including around the face, since this is where it got the most thick. And if you can take a look at that right there, it does look very silly and goofy that he has a massive, like, almost like a mohawk type of hairdo. It's all goofy. But for the first time, I gave him a front buffers and a red buffer beam, and there's a white running board that was not present on the original 2003 model, which is something that I am proud of myself for doing, and that I'm glad that I did, because I think one of the problems with a lot of Thomas merges, you don't have the white running board, maybe except for, I don't know, probably Tomy or Trackmaster, but that's about the exception to the majority. So yeah. And again, I think I did a good job with the cab interior siding, and it looks really cool and well detailed. And again, with the bill nameplate, it might look a little bit smudged, but again, he's an industrial engine, which that was actually my main goal to really kind of aim for this engine, was having an industrial type of, you know, pretty much detailing for him, because as the Leo Kim video says, the devil is in the detail. And you can tell he's really shiny too, and this was covering up a bit of a mistake I made. On the top, we got a glossy finish, which is good. We have a white roof, kind of like the others, because the roof was fading when I originally did this. We have the two black, we have the black chimney or funnel, and then the safety valves and dome, I think is what this is. I think this is the dome, this is the safety valve, but I could be wrong about that. You can double check for me. And again, you can really see a lot of the smudging going on with the Mod Podge and some of the lettering, but it's not too bad since he is an industrial engine. And that's basically a lot. And actually, my you can tell I had the black here and the red here, and that's again meant to represent the painted areas. This is more of the darker area of the engine. This is like a painted red area on the toolbox. And I really was proud of myself for going the extra mile and doing my homework, because I actually was looking at the Trackmaster bill or Ben I had, and the reference photos, because that really did help me, and I watched the Diesel many times. So yeah, and then moving on to the back is where I'm most proud of, if you can tell. Ben here, actually, yeah, Bill here has detailing on the back, which again is something that Learning Curve never did for a lot of engines, especially Bill and Ben, who had these black doors or windows on the sides with the two orange things. And I actually did good measuring, because I pretty much on a piece of paper went like this and then traced around it with pencil, and there you go. You did it. And I'll let you get a much closer look up. There we go. You can see a lot of the detail there from the paint and pen marks, and even the buffers, which they might not be the best, but hey, they work pretty good. And yeah, and I really like the back. It looks really cool and dynamic. Excuse me. So yeah, and then the bottom, I did paint up a little bit, but I mean, since you weren't gonna see it, since number one, there were a few things. Since this was already an old toy and it was worn down, it was fine because I wasn't too upset with people seeing it. And besides, I mean, you can't really tell. You might be able to tell a little bit here or here, but that's just, and that kind of show the wear and tear of the toy, and that's not too bad for me. And also, I was able to cover the bottom. My main goal was trying to get this finished since I started this literally back in February, and I was trying my darndest to really just, you know, get this thing done instantly and not have many, you know, problems, you know, come my way. And that might be a bit of the indicator of how much I'm able to, how good I am at getting my work done and how much I'm able at procrastination I've done. But honestly, since I've been working on this for pretty much 5 months at this point, it's, you know, you could, if you, all I can say is that if you were in my shoes, you would understand, you know, my, you know, predicament. So now I'm gonna go and get some of the toys that I actually used to actually get this, including the face. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and now before I show you the face, are you guys ready for this? Because this is honestly the biggest part of the whole review. I got this face from a Thomas Minis. It's either Bill or Ben, but I cannot tell because they cleverly covered up that nameplate there. I think that's. I don't know who that is. It's either Bill or Ben, but I'm not sure. The nameplate doesn't really help me. So, and this isn't new. Taking, you know, faces from other non-Thomas merch like this, I'm putting on here because I think this does look really good. And honestly, what I didn't realize until now, but they used on all these Thomas Minis, they use one face, and because I have pretty much an army here of Bill and Ben's, you know, and I still have more than this too, but I mean that's the best. I think this is a cool one here as well, but main point is with all of these, they have the same face, so I wasn't gonna lose that much with this, so that's what I'm grateful for. So yeah, but as you can tell with the Molly Podge, it did get a little bit sloppy, especially on the sides here where it's dripping, and you can tell it. And I didn't, since it was kind of a permanent thing, I didn't really know how to do that. So I just kind of left it as is, since it was, you know, basically pretty much just a, you know, stuck on there. So, and it doesn't look too bad, especially from other angles, and it is fine from this one. You just gotta be able to tolerate it, bear with it. Now I'm gonna get these out of the way. Although I will be honest, it does look a bit weird to have this, since I was a little bit at first concerned about taking a knife to one of my toys, especially this one from my childhood, but I didn't hate it because it really came off as, since I was really trying to do a good thing, and because every face is similar, and this was my new favorite one right here, I at least was able to still win. And besides, I can still use this. I may not be able to play with it, but I mean, as long as I show it from every angle except the front, it should look good. And this was actually on my Take a Play Isabella's flatbed, because nowhere else to put it, and it's a fun Easter egg to slip it into videos. So yeah. now that I got that out of the way, we can now talk about one of the reasons why I was doing this. And if I bring it over here, we have the Trackmaster 2012 Ben here, and I was on it there. Yep, you can see the name there. I'll just disconnect it. There we go. And now that I have two twins complete, that's good, because one is made from passion and the other one was made from a factory. And while this one may not work anymore, it still is good to have around. And it still has a good face and good detailing. And this is where the chimney thing came in, because if you can tell, this is where I got this is one of my favorite details, was making sure I had this. And while there's there's no lining on this one here, the lining is fading on here, especially with the what do you want to call it, the handrails. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, that was my biggest inspiration. And this is also where I got the black, was right here, trying to replicate it here. So yeah. And once I got this finished, I was just proud, because since I was able to get it done, it really filled me with happiness and joy. And I built this set as a way to really add the detail that, hey, we're in a quarry. So yes, and that pretty much wraps things up here. And I'm gonna so that wraps things up here for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching this, and I'm glad. Thank you for your patience. Let me know down below what you all think in the comments about this train here and my custom. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, bye for now.